Well, good morning, beautiful world. I always wanted everybody to see how, I don't know, if crazy's the word or not, but how crazy my beginnings was on here. I remember it's all, I accidentally did something wrong and it's all gone, so I can't get it back. But I said, I'm Frederick William Reiners Jr., and I am the Antichrist. But I don't like to use Antichrist. I like to say AC. But that's how I started out. And that was, I don't know. I guess I could look back on my notes. It's a couple months. But now it only goes back to April 15th. In a video I made in Amherst of a red Jeep. I still haven't contacted the lady who owns that Jeep, which I should do. But I had to pause for a minute. So I don't know. I'm behind this morning. No, I was up at 5, but I kept going back and watching the news and being lazy. I say I can do that. I can be lazy if I want to be lazy. But, so I don't know. I got looking at some videos. I looked at I guess it would be 88A, yesterday's video. And I did get most things done I wanted to yesterday. But I still haven't rolled back and seen exactly what all I do have on here. Because it's starting at 30C. 30, that's the number of the videos. And I don't know. I just get so lost in the whole concept of the AC. And well, the way it's wrote, the Bible's really it's really hard to fulfill it, but it has to be fulfilled. I say I was born with a snake on my back, the mark of the beast. It was a perfect 666 with a head and a tail. That was back in 1852. And I really didn't become aware of the actual spirit until 12/19/74. That's when I met the spirit. Very intense time. And I speak of 8,000 miles, miracles and miracles. And had to go to prison for 3 years, which I did 2.5 actually. And 6 months on parole. That was in Wisconsin. And it's been interesting because most of my life has been, well, over half of it's been incarcerated. I just got out on July 8th for almost 28 years. And I say there's nobody that did 28 years like I did it. Just, it was, it was, it was like one of a kind, there's never been anybody that did it like I did it. So I was looking at the video this morning and talking about being grateful and having food and over the years I call them goddesses. I've had Well, in 16, spring of 16, I got back to Grafton. That's a, you call it a cupcake prison in Ohio. And I was there first from '03 to '08 when I got my security raised. I had to, I got basically kicked out of there. Took 8 years to get back. Long story. But anyway, I called them goddesses. Called them the three B's for a long time. Then another one popped up, so then I had to put a plus GMAC on there. And there's no way to explain loving your way through 28 years, but I did. You know, many ass whoopings and uh, just it was a lot of it was. I was through the ringer a couple times, more than a couple. But here it is. What's today? The 6th of May. Nurses Day, I think it's I think it's National Nurses Day. I love nurses, I really do, and nurse practitioners. I think they're the best. Give a yell out to Jennifer Shockley. Oh, she's a bubbly little cutie pie, born in '78, making her a horse, and I just love her. I met her uh, last July somewhere. You know, I was just it was just incredible from the very moment. And she keeps wanting to put me off for 6 months, but I tell her I want to see her every 3 months. So I just want, and I pedal down there to see her because I don't have a car. I ride a bike. And so that video is gone. The video I made of my, what I call my, I haven't said it yet, but this is kind of my castle. I feel like this is mine. You know, I came here the 18th of July, and all I had was a well, it was new. I had a queen size bed that wasn't put together, and a three-legged kitchen table, and four chairs. And that's basically what I had. And so I roughed it pretty much. I had a couple of vouchers to go to the Salvation Army. There was a woman helping me named Karen Berry. She had worked at the prison and as a secretary, but she quit or got fired. I forget the whole story. Never probably will know the truth. But anyway, oh, I love her, but she's she's a Christmas baby, and Christmas babies, you know, it ain't all that because you do get robbed of your birthday. So she's always wanted stuff because of that. I think that is the reason she's so like she is because she got robbed on her birthday, so she thinks she's got birthdays coming. But she's a good girl, and she was there for me when I got out. I needed her. That's before I got my bike and everything. And but I digress. Uh, so I don't know where I okay. I have 819 views. That's what my phone tells me when I go to YouTube. And I had 817 yesterday, and 799 the day before. So I don't know how they figure these views out. I don't know how that works. I really don't, because I don't know. I just don't know. But I know it started out with one, two, three. You know, it took me a long time to get to this point here. And as long as I'm growing, I feel like I'm okay. You know, I'm all right. Because, you know, Jesus didn't have nothing back in the day. You know, it's all word of mouth. And he did pretty good because we're still talking about him 2,030 years later. And I say, Jesus, my little brother. That's how I feel about it. Uh, when I say I met him December 1974, and it was a real intense. It was a rainy night in Florida. You look at back in the almanac and you see it was a cold, rainy night. But I come up with, because I went in, I had to go in. Paperwork saying something around January 8th to 75 is when I think they finally stopped me in the car. It was a stolen car, like the Bible, where the donkeys tied up in town. That's the way it was with the car. It's a funny story. But I met with a priest every Wednesday for a year, all 75. And I just knew that people would take different identities. There's been a lot of people saying they're Jesus. There's been a lot of people throughout the years that saying they're Jesus, and probably a bunch right now. But I never had that. I never knew that feeling of being Jesus. I just never, I say I met Jesus, but I never felt like Jesus. But I do feel like he's my little brother, so that might be worse. But it kind of mad what you did to him. He was a good guy. But here it is. There was only one thing in the Bible that made sense to me. You know, Throughout history, people was identified with different apostles, and disciples, whatever you want to call them, and been named after him, still being named after him. But the only thing that made sense to me was the Antichrist. Now I did 4 years in New York, from 70 to 74, August 2nd of 74, and I met some interesting people that give me interesting things to read. One was The Forbidden Knowledge of Modern Man, I think it is. It's on here. It's on Google. And I read about the snake. And at this point in time, I only have a letter from when I was in prison. I was trying to get records of my birth, because the Dr. George Mills, he died in 68. And he was a Mason, because it's in the book. It said, back in the 50s, it was pretty well, everybody that was a doctor, lawyer, judge, they were all Masons. They pretty much that was the whole plan, run the world. That's what King James started in 1610. Now I say he's the first Mason. And I say he's the one that made the Antichrist. He made it so it's almost impossible to fulfill. But I know that when we go to getting away from oil and getting away from some of these big companies, the seven-headed monster is going to show, because, they're living high on the hog for a lot of years now with just oil. We won't even talk about anything else. But you think of oil, gas, plastic, everything is coming from oil. It's all byproducts of oil. So there's a lot of money. I mean, money beyond our comprehension. It's so big. Because if you just look at the news and see the amount of cars, trucks on the highways in any city, I got to wear this being in all the prisons I've been in, different towns. I'd watch the news. Or just take Ohio. You got Cleveland, Dayton, Cincinnati, Columbus, Toledo. They all got lots of cars and trucks. And you go times that just in the United States is crazy amount of oil and gas. And So we are using an incredible amount of oil. I always worried about pumping all this out and what's going to take its place, because I like to use the term God. Uh, some people don't believe in the Bible, or the God in the Bible, I should say. They more and more today don't even wasn't teach or taught about Jesus. They wasn't. They had the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus, so everybody's and I'm gonna throw her out there, but like G-Max, she's my most beautiful redhead in the world. Because she's a redhead, and that's the one I just met in. I guess I gotta say 19, because she was an intern. And Friday's her last day. Tomorrow's her last day as an intern. Then she becomes a full-fledged social worker. But anyway, she don't believe or was taught about Jesus. She just wasn't. And my birthday girl, Bo Hattie, she was the original 3Bs. She don't buy into it. And more and more don't buy into the hell's fire and all the things that's in the Bible. I just had an interesting experience. If you look at my Facebook profile, you see a fat-bellied guy with a bike standing upon this rock. It's the church that I like, but they kind of made me feel like I wasn't welcome there no more. So I haven't been there in a while, and I do miss it. But I forget, it's a couple weeks now since it happened. But I keep that picture because I feel I am this rock. I do feel that I am upon this rock. And over the years, I have an interesting array of people. And some I haven't been in touch with since '78. But when they see or hear about this, about me still alive and kicking, and the reason why I couldn't do what I told them I would do, because it was supposed to happen 2018, because that's when I was turning 66. Now I thought I would have them. I thought it was going to happen, that I would manifest myself and take the evil out of the world. That was my what I was saying, to take the evil out of the world. Because I don't believe. I believe Jesus took care of the devil. I always say, look in the mirror and write devil, and you'll see lived. But look in the mirror and write live, Live. That's evil. That's what we have. We have evil. We don't have a devil. Everybody blames the devil, but they the devil. Jesus made it so we have free choice. So you have a choice between evil and good. You have that choice. And, well, I'm getting all around the world here, but I just was thinking when I was watching yesterday's video that, and knowing that my beginnings ain't here no more, I lost 30 videos. And so I don't know what I should do about that. Should I do what I'm doing now, is start out and just reintroducing myself, and because now you can't go back. So that's why I say I'm Frederick William Reiners Jr., the Antichrist. I am the Antichrist. There's no doubt about it. And that's a pretty heavy-duty statement. But then I'm a pretty heavy-duty dude. You can ask Jerry Spatney. Now, I like the Chinese zodiac. I like to go by the signs. I don't know if you all know about it, but they got 12 critters that they call their signs. It starts with a rat and ends with a pig. And monkeys, rats, and dragons are said to get along. So he's a rat, and I'm a dragon. And we met. I was doing something in prison. because I used to get in my head to go somewhere, and I would go pretty much do what I felt like doing, right or wrong. And so he was kind of heading me off at the pass. But we took a liking to each other because I got good eye contact. When you meet me, I do look you in the eye, and I ain't bullshitting with you. I'm going to tell you the truth, regardless, And I ain't scared to ask the question. Like, what year were you born and what's your sign type thing, because I want to know what sign you are. And anyway, we took a liking to each other. Back in the day, when I was in Grafton the first time from 03 to 08, they did have an RTU there, residential treatment unit, or you just call it the nut house, inside a prison. That came about in '96. The RTUs did. It's a long story, but a lot of money got spent to create the RTUs, and there was a few of them in the state of Ohio. But anyway, Grafton's got shut down. Money, politics too, because each political party has an agenda. That's why Lima, the old nut house, is in disrepute, because they just let it go to hell, and they shouldn't have did that, because that's a historical building. It really is. And it's politics. And like with Orient, they put a whole new water system in and then closed it. And there was millions of dollars spent. They built a kitchen and a dining room. They did all this stuff. Then the next political party come in and abandon it. And it's ridiculous, because we could be cooking food in Orient and feeding the homeless in the children's school. We could be doing that. I seen it in my head. I know you can do it. I know it could be done. But that's another story. Back to Jerry Spatney. I called out there the other day. Pretty sure there's still a video about it, because I had the whole thing on video or YouTube. So I love to do that. I tell them I don't play games. I'm telling them, hey, I'm making a YouTube tape or video, I should say. And so I'll go through the whole process to get to the operator and all that, and he got on real fast and said he'd call me back. So I didn't get a chance to tell him that he was on YouTube, because he was hanging up on me. He was just telling me he'd call me back. And so I only had him for like 5 seconds. That was it. But sure enough, he did call back. So when I told him I was on YouTube, he hung up on me. He said, I'll see you later type thing. Because they had a rule. And I didn't ever see this in writing or nothing. But when I got out, July 8th, I was close with, I call them Jam now. You got Jennifer, Ashley, and Madeline. I call them Jam. And they're my goddesses. And they were part of the 3Bs plus Madeline, or GMAC. That was part of them. And anyway, I really, because I had what you call mental health Fridays. I wasn't allowed to go to mental health through the week. Spatney wouldn't let me in there. I kind of love it over here. All the women and everybody, and so I would only be allowed to go over on Fridays, and her name is Bohattie, Lori Marie Bohattie, and she's my birthday girl. And I've been loving her since early 17 when I met her. And anyway, she fell in love and got a hell of a story. It's a sad story, and it ain't over with yet. I just hope it ends well. But I have an idea it ain't. It's going to get ugly for her. Uglier. Because she's a Scorpio and a rabbit, because you're the rabbit. But anyway, they have this rule about I couldn't contact nobody or have any contact with anybody for 6 months. So that really bothered me, because here I am. I end up in Lorraine, thank God, because it would have been ugly if I would have went to Cleveland. But I was saved. Bohattie put the what's called the Nord Center in I call her OBG, Original Boss Goddess, Jennifer Berry. Met her back in '03, and she's basically been my goddess since. But anyway, she put the Nord Center in her, and so she started, and she got a hold of this Ed Garcia. He's the reentry program coordinator. Heck of a nice guy, and it's amazing what they did do for me. I basically was, like I said, if I would have went to Cleveland, it would have been ugly. But going to the Nord Center, I ended up in my own place, and I got it really good I really do, for coming out of prison. So anyway, when the 6 months rule, here you don't know nobody, and the only thing you do know, and I did it different than the average person doing time. I don't hate the ODRC. I kind of got a burning love for it because it has my records there. It represents something to me. I don't want to see it disband or fall apart or crash, whatever. I want to see it fixed because there are some serious problems with it. And so ever since 12/19/74, I've been trying to be heard, trying to be the Antichrist. That's what that's the end of the line. And I got to stop saying Antichrist. I got to say AC. And I've been saying that for months now. Years, because my sister used to tell me, stop saying Antichrist. But, so this 6-month rule ended January 9th. And Ashley, I'm not sure what she is right now. I think she's still got the same office, so she must still be, she was secretary to the deputy warden of special services. No, of operations. I'm sorry about that. No, of operations. That's what she was. So she had quite a bit of power because she would be answering the phone and knows what's going on and could make a lot of things happen or not happen. I got to stop. It'll always be hard to get back to my thought after these breaks I take. Because I am so amazed with I'm starting to call it my castle. My home, my house, my life. It's just so amazing. But I was talking about the 6 months, and it really was difficult for me because all through my life since '74, I've been for real. I've been telling the truth. Oh, I've lied. A couple times I had to lie. For example, when I got caught with the shotgun and I was actually showed that there was a bullet. It was only a 9-inch gun, 12 gauge. And I told her it was a jackhandle in court, so I lied. And but there's been times when I've lied. But the majority, the 99.999 majority of my life has been true. And I say I haven't committed a crime since I stole the car 12/19/74 in Orlando and did that 8,000 mile trip. I say I haven't committed a crime since then, but I did bucko time, an amazing amount of time. So back to the 6 months. When I was really close, because my mental health Fridays I lived for them. I lived for to be able to go there morning and afternoon to mental health and see Bo Hattie. I had initials for her. I used to call her Goddess Therapist, GTLMB. And when I'd write my blogs, and my last blog was AC 137. And just yesterday, I sent my tablet, my JP5 from prison, to Texas to get it unlocked. And oh, I'm so I've been putting it off. But I finally did it. Yesterday I got the receipt and I got a tracking number, and I was thinking it was going to cost me $20, but it cost me $11.95. It's got $50 insurance, and it's second day delivery. It ain't overnight, so I went with the second day or third day figure to get it unlocked. I've had this because I've been with JPay since 11. I found the original papers before we got the tablets. We used to get an email on a paper, and then you'd answer. They'd have them stapled together, so you answered the one they had stapled to it. And it was incredible, because my people could hear from me by noon. And so I've been in love with JPay from day one, back in 11. And I was on video, but I think I lost this video. But I found a cup, and it had them all folded up, and it had a Fender Connect and all that. And it was, that's a Fender Connect's how you get money. And it cost like $3. But the changes we used to go through with sending money, to getting the money order and the envelope, happened to have everything proper. I went through a lot of, well, I didn't, my people went through a lot of changes to keep me in money all these years. So anyway, the tablet, the big JP, we had a JP4, and I got that on my birthday of 12, I believe. And that was incredible, because I'd never seen nothing like a touchscreen and all that. But it was just a itty-bitty little thing. And it was incredible. Then they came out with the JP5 the end of 15, but I didn't get it until the beginning of 16. And I wanted that JP4. I wanted to send that home so bad, but they had a rule that you had to send it back. So I couldn't keep it. But then the JP5 was, I always been shown it, but it's gone. I sent it out yesterday. But incredible to me. It was incredible. And I got to write with one finger. And I'm still using the one finger on my phone. And I prefer, and I can type. I can actually type with all my fingers like you're supposed to. I know the keyboard. A funny story about that, and I ain't going to go into it someday. But I got to say this. I originally learned how to type with these three fingers. And I got up to like 30 words a minute. And I was flying, to do that. So I'm in the yard one day, and I asked somebody, I forget how I had to jump to get to the H and the J, and I was asking. So the guy kind of looked at me and laughed. You're supposed to be using all your fingers. So I had to learn how to type all over again. And but anyway, I digress. Back to the one finger. I prefer using the words that pop up. Now, the tablet used to pop up quite a few words, and but nothing like the smartphone. I got a Samsung A11, and that's my second phone. I had a Galaxy J2 Samsung. That's what they gave me when I got out. And that was incredible because I'm pressing to get my sister's phone sent to me in her laptop. Another funny story. But back to the one finger. I got really good with one finger. And I can prove. I got tons of blogs that I used to write and letters. And now on the phone, I use all the words that pop up, and it just, sometimes I'll be writing and it might change the wording a little bit, and I have to say something a little different, but I go with it, just because the words, the smooth's smarter than me. And I love that phone. I do. I love it with passion. So I'm not really using, I just got this Chromebook. I call it CB, a Samsung Chromebook. But basically all I'm using it for is videos. And that's why I'm kind of making a video about being the AC. Because when I started out, it was terrible. I ran out of space on my phone. I ran out of, I went to, I don't know, I would get cut off. I had to get an SD card. And it was, and then I would cut off on me. And, my videos was terrible. I would be scared. I'd be scared. I didn't know how to pause it. I couldn't stop. So I went through the ringer on this YouTube in the beginning. So maybe it's better that they're all gone, and I can kind of just start from that pretty red Jeep. That's 30C, number 30C, April 15th. That is a pretty Jeep. So anyway, I'm at this point now with the one finger that I can really, I do quite a bit of emailing. I pretty well left WhatsApp alone. I don't mess too much on that, but I can talk on there and voice message. I do quite a bit of that. But when I was back to Mental Health Fridays, I would live for Mental Health Fridays. And like a year ago, I was in the dorm, D2, and back in the day, I would have to get up and set up, and if I was typing, I'd wake up everybody, and if I was writing, people would be disturbed, my bunkie or the neighbor, I'd always be disturbing somebody, and it would get back to mental health, and that would lead to problems. But now everybody, no, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people had tablets, and everybody had a TV. So it wasn't no big deal to lay on my bunk and be doing my thing. And I liked the dorm because they had cameras. So if you did have to kill some son of a bitch, you would have a camera backing you up. You wouldn't have a bunch of he say, she say stuff. And because that's what it is. So anyway, if I felt like taking a poop, I could take a poop without being in the cell, or just a stress walk. I could take a stress walk. So I liked the dorm. I really did. I really liked it. I can remember waking up, say, 3 o'clock and just grabbing my tablet and just writing and feeling really good. And nothing like now, though. Now it's amazing. Like I generally wake up about every 3 hours because I do pee a lot. And that's because I drink a lot. But anyway, now I got 5 rooms. They're small rooms, but I got arches. You can see the archway here. I don't have no doors except for the bathroom. That's the only door I got in the basement. But it's so beautiful, and I wake up now and I just total amazement. I got a beautiful bathroom, that is mine. I got a bunch of nasty trifling. I was going to cuss, but I ain't going to say no more about it. But my bathroom is really nice. When I walk in, it smells good. It's so beautiful. So anyway, a year ago, all I knew is I wanted to write a book. And that's what my biggest passion was, to write a book. And I really don't have to write the book. I just got to put the book in order because I got so much stuff wrote over the years. And that's what's so vital about my tablet. I got so much stuff in this tablet that,
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
Who is this I'm calling?
You got
Marie there?
Who?
Marie.
No, there ain't no Marie here. She spun you. She gave you a false number.
What?
Most Genius Mary. I blocked that. I do. I blocked them. And I would have cut you off if it would have been GCI, because just in case Spatney might call me, I don't want to. I want to talk to him, and he don't talk if I'm on YouTube. So that's why I was paying attention to see what popped up on the thing. And I won't talk with anybody from GCI because I just don't want to do that. Although I say who called me, I guess I'm doing the same thing. But well, now I got distracted. That's what I'm trying to do, is stay on track, because I'm constantly going off on tangents. And a lot of times I run with them tangents and I don't get back to the main track. But I know I was talking about Mental Health Fridays, loving to go there. And then I knew I was talking about how good I got it right now with my situation, my surroundings, my castle. I kind of do want to make a new video, because my first video that I made, I didn't even have the recording button on. It took me a while to figure it out, but I remember talking on it, and see, Bohatty's the one that told OBG that I should get on YouTube, and that was a few months ago, at least 3 months ago, and I'm not exactly sure, but when she said it, I was kind of scared, thinking about being on YouTube and making a video, and I just didn't think I could do it. I just didn't think. So then I met this. She said she was a model. That's the one I'm using, GABBIE. The other way with OBG and GABBIE. And funny story, but I needed $20, and she sent me $100. And here I'm really excited. Wow, somebody sent me $100. I'm thinking, oh wow. But she sent it in Google Pay, and I never could. It was just a waste. It was all smoke and mirrors type thing. It just wasn't no good. So I never did get the 100. But now she says she got hacked and lost all her money, and she was doing modeling. So I don't know if she's lying to me or if she's telling me the truth. And so anyway, I just got the stimulus, the $1,400, a little while back. No, I don't think it was this month. I forget. I got it done when I got it. But she thinks I should have sent her $300, and I wasn't sending nobody nothing. I just so tired of men downloading porn stars, and I'm thinking, I went through a lot of, because I've sent out a lot of cards. I got them all. I can show you pictures of them, and they add up to almost over $350, and all kinds of cards, Steam cards and Google cards, and I used to do that. So OBG calls it the Army of Hoes, because I almost had 5,000 Facebook friends. And when I got out, I was totally naive. I was incredibly amazed with I had the, oh, here it is. I had this one, the Galaxy J2 Samsung. And a nurse, I call her Monica. Her surname's Monica Pryor. She's an 87 rabbit. And I'm not sure her nationality, but she's got a slight accent, and she's a little dark complected. And she's a doll baby. She's an angel from heaven. She really was. I was only there 10 days, but I don't know why, but she must have took a little liking to me or something. But she set up my profile page, and she took a picture. I can't find that picture. I don't know what happened, how it disappeared. But the car is still there. The Viper, I'm with the cane and the hat, and that's still here. But I lost the other picture she took with me with my prison shorts on. But I'm getting an incredible amount of requests and I was just accepting them. And I got sexy. I got lustful. And because I got some interesting fantasies over the years. So I'm getting an incredible amount of requests. And then pictures and videos and all this started coming. And people were sending me stuff. And I would get so happy that I would just be, like this one girl that calls herself Susan Rose popped up one morning in August last year. And she did everything I was wanting, and she wanted 20. And I told her, you're going to have to wait, but I'll give you 40 at the first of the month. That's how good she made me feel. So I thought she was real. But now Gabby put a thing in my head, because she's the one that told me that the one that I'm dealing with is a porn star making $200,000 a video. And so she ain't going to be messing around with a $20 gift card. So sure enough, it's a man downloading videos. So she called it proof of life. That's where you ask somebody to do something, like hold a roll of toilet paper and a toothbrush, or do something that a porn star ain't doing, and do it now, like a selfie. And if you're real, you could do that, If you're on the line with me right now and I ask you to do something, you could do that, if you're real. And none of them could talk on the phone. It was always some excuse that the phone wouldn't work, or some. So I know my phone worked because my a friend from prison works because he's on my Facebook, Gordon, and so we video chatted and we talked on the phone. And then there was a girl from Boston, Valerie Moore. Oh, she did a number on me. She had me thinking she was going to come here. And OBG told me, because I sent her the text and everything, showing her what she said. Sure enough, she was just, I don't know what her motive is. Eventually, I think she did have me open up a bunch of accounts, like banking accounts, and so I think they were trying to get to my, because I get SSI, that they were trying to get that. I think that's how they make their living. And you get right down to it, they probably got a lot of people on SSI, and they figure out a way to shiest them out of their money. But she was lying so much, I just come to find out she's probably being with a bunch of other people like me, so she couldn't be doing what spending the time with me like I was wanting her to spend, so she couldn't do it because she's doing other things. So anyway, she was the only one that would actually be able to talk to me on the phone. So I've been through quite a bit on this Facebook with, and I got somebody from the North Center. They check on me every couple of weeks. I call him coordinator, and because the original guy Ed, he transferred. I'm out of his program, the reentry program, and I'm have a coordinator. That's what I call him. I call him my paid best friend. No, not my best friend, but my paid friend. And then he just said he's a helper. But anyway, I wanted to delete Facebook. I wanted all them girls to get off there, because I think most of them are men sending pretty pictures. And then plus at church, I was interested in the preacher's wife's sister. And my phone is a mess, It just, everything is women, and they weren't properly dressed, and all types of. So anyway, he deleted it, Facebook. But there was something about, my email address is important to me. And I've fought a couple times to keep my Frederick Reiner's 12 Gmail. I kept, because I like that. That 12 is important to me. And I got to go. Sometimes it pings like a Browning, sometimes it don't. When you come on in the old CBs, they called them Brownings. I guess that's who made them. They would ping. You could always tell the bass when it came on. They pumped out quite a bit of power, wattage, whatever you called it. But anyway, I just took another break and thinking about this video because the early videos were so hectic and so disruptive, and I was actually scared of everything. I was scared I was going to cut off any minute because it used to just cut off. Like when it hit 28 minutes, it would just cut off. And sometimes I'd lose them. I lost like 5 hours of videos. And that would be really, really frustrating. And so now, since I got the CB, I can make I can make at least a 3-hour video without. I lost a 4-hour one time, just as well, because I was kind of just as well. But now I'm comfortable. I can pause. I can I don't know. I just feel comfortable now with talking. But now I'm looking at 30 videos are gone, and I still haven't had time to roll through them and see what exactly I have on here. But that's why I started this one out. I am Frederick William Reiners Jr., you know, the Antichrist kind of thing. I wanted to put that on here so you can, what is this going to be, 49A. And because I don't know. I keep saying I don't know because I used to say it in my early videos. I'm led by the Spirit. I just follow the Spirit. And I believe that with all my heart, that the Spirit is in control here. Call it Jesus, call it whatever you want. But I believe I have the Spirit. And the Spirit of Christ. And this is just, I say YouTube is going to manifest the Antichrist or the AC. I do. I did have myself broken at until just this video now of saying the Antichrist. I just want to say AC. And it's so incredible. It really is incredible. And I'm stuck on stupid about a year ago, you know, being in prison. And like I was saying, only had one thing on my mind to do is write a book or put together the book that I have on my tablet that I just sent to get unlocked, and the blogs that I have. And I am going to make a video today right after I get done with this, or next pause maybe, because my phone's on charge right now. I'm going to make a video of my house like I did my first video I was talking about, that I didn't even have it on record. But after I got figured out how to do it, I liked it. I liked how I sounded on there. And so I started my first YouTube video with just going with it. You know, I just went with it. And I didn't even know, but I was holding the phone up. Well, I used to prop it up on the desk, and it would be all blacked out, just a little piece of me. And then Will, my coordinator, told me, well, if you turn the phone on the side, you can do what this does, the whole TV. And that made me happy, you know, to make a full screen on the TV instead of having it all blacked out. So that made me happy about it. But I still prefer to use this for recording videos on. But I haven't figured out if there's a camera coming out the other end of this or not. I can't see no holes over there. But the phone, I can do the phone and not worry about pausing and all that. But I do want to get my bike Because I don't think there's any. I did have a picture of my bike in with the red Jeep. I did come to think about it, there is a picture of my bike there, because that's my pride and joy. It really is. It's my pride and joy. Yeah, there is a picture of the bike on the first, what I'm calling the first video now, 30C. But when that girl got killed in Columbus, that 16-year-old girl, and they came up with the pint-sized protesters, it took me back to the Brownies. And I couldn't think of the name of what was before the Brownies. It was the Missionettes. And I was the Barnesville handyman then. This is back like in 83, 84, 85. And 85, they were, my daughter was 9. And, no, 6. Yeah, that's the number that's interested me, is 6. Because I think this is on a video that you can see, taking 6-year-olds bowling, and that is the most incredible thing in the world. You know, I think everybody should have the opportunity to do that. Take 6-year-olds bowling, and boys or girls, you know what I mean. Have a boy party for 6-year-olds. You know, you could do that too, because it's pretty interesting. And I think bowling is a good thing. You know, Mike, I talk about him a lot. He's part of my Kairos that I got introduced to in 12. And it was the most incredible thing I ever seen. I never even imagined anything like what they did they call it a retreat. It's like a 4-day thing. Oh, it just was incredible. Incredible. And what Mike was talking about, he likes to bowl. But now it's got bone. That happened to my dad, bursitis or whatever gets in your shoulder, and you have a little trouble bowling. Or your back might be hurting, or your knees, you know. Because it does take a lot of your muscles to do all the motions of throwing the ball. But bowling is a fun thing. And if you're into drinking, you know, you drink when you get a strike, or if you don't get a strike, you drink. You get one forced on you, you know, hey, drink this, you missed, you know, type thing. But I was part of a team in around that period, 85, 86. He got killed somehow, I'm not sure how, but Freddie Claugus, he was a 52 kid. He was the veterinarian. And we used to party quite a bit. We'd go. I don't think he had any girls. He had 4 or 5 boys. And he had the most incredible house, a brick house he built way back in the woods. And I got a number. I ought to call and see if she stayed back there. I'm pretty sure she did, because she was kind of a interesting woman. His wife was interesting. And he was a mess. I used to like go on trips with him, though. Oh, that was the years. Now I'm back to this video and rambling and talking. I was talking about mental health Fridays and being in the dorm a year ago. And all my energy was thinking I was just wanting to write a book. And I keep saying writing a book when I really just want to put it together. But then Bo Hattie put the idea of YouTube in my head, and I got to liking it. I got hooked on it. I just, even with all the frustrations and the setbacks and the craziness of my first 30 videos, which are gone, now I can, I'm feeling like I'm at a pretty good spot right now. I can, well, with the stimulus package, I was able to get the CB, and I'm really sold on Samsung. any major purchase I buy now, if it's Samsung and Bob, I will pay a couple extra dollars if I have to. But most generally, you don't, because they're relatively in the market to sell. But Samsung has this Samsung Help. Spectrum has it too, which I'm sold on. Spectrum is like is my Spectrum rules. Whenever I see any of the drivers in their truck, I tell them that. I just think Spectrum is really what's happening, and I'm giving them quite a bit of money right now. I got the upgraded phone package with, and I'm paying quite a bit for internet because I had to get the box. I got 3 TVs. I bought a smart TV. And then Mike gave me a TV, and I had to get a Yuko box, making it a smart TV. Then I brought my prison TV, little clear tune, and they make them into OPI, so they're not even in the, when you get a list of TVs on when you buy a remote or anything. But when they had the box, they had a list of, and it wasn't on there, so I have to use the two remotes because the remote for the box won't work the volume. I don't mind that, but it is nice to have one remote for a TV though when you get right to it. But I got it in here, so I just have them laying off over here to my left, and it's all right. I got it turned down now because I got oh wow, I like to watch The View. Especially now, I used to like to watch The View when they had the Audis, but now they got the six screens, and I want to call that the Fritz TV. And I want Samsung. I got it in a video to make a Fritz TV. So take them to prison, and every desk has a Fritz TV. Do away with 2 screens, and just have the 6 or even 4, but I prefer 6. So you could have 6 stations. I want to be up on the right-hand corner. That's what I want to be there. I just want to be there. And I was telling OBG about it, and she said she would have a seizure. Too much TV, too much information coming at her at one time, But there's so much technology we have today that, like, I get amazed with GPS, like, I use it quite a bit because I go to, I just did a trip to Walmart, which was basically a big trip for me, because my knees are burning. I am 68, and I had bad trouble with my knees when I was a kid. So my knees do give me a problem, and they get to burning. So I was saying it was a over 4-mile trip, which would make it over 8-mile trip, round trip. But it was under 4, 3 something. And I made it. I got to Walmart without somebody taking me there, and it was pretty awesome. But I didn't do right. I could have shopped around. I don't know. I just had Walmart on my mind, and it's like every other store didn't exist. But I could have went to Kohl's, and I could have went to Lowe's or Home Depot. I could have went to all them stores, and I probably could have found what I was looking for that Walmart didn't have. But I just, I'm kind of dumb. I kind of didn't, I didn't think about doing that. I just went to Walmart. It's so stupid. But I went past them. I remember seeing them, I just did. But when I think of the amazing things that's happened in a year, well, basically 9 months. I'm just over 9 months. It's just incredible. That's why I say this next year is going to be incredible. The AC is just. So I've been alone in my head with the AC. Nobody believes I'm the AC, with exception of Mike. And I met him in 16 at Kairos. And I've said this on a recent video that I started talking to him, and I don't think I would talk 90 seconds before I told him I was the Antichrist. And all he said was, somebody has to be. He didn't do the normal everything, like thinking I was crazy or whatever the case is when I say I'm the Antichrist. But to most people get spooked out because they see it's a scary thing. It really is a scary thing. That's what happened at this church I was at. The crawl up the walls, goosebumps, type thing, and I don't know how to explain it, but it'll come. I will be led. It will come. It will be manifested. I believe that with every fiber in my being. I believe it. And YouTube is going to be my forum. I've said this. Like right now, I don't have nobody on my neck. I'm not being oppressed. I'm not being suppressed. I'm not being told to shut up. I'm not being anything. I am totally free. And I can stop it, go to sleep, eat, do whatever I want to do. I can do it. And say whatever I want to say, although I have to have a filter because I have lots of relatives. I got one of the biggest fears in my life is my nephew. He's just got out of the Air Force after 25 years, and his mother's my sister. My mother's his grandmother. I gotta be careful what I say, because I say I'm a son of a bitch. So if I'm a son of a bitch, what's his grandmother? And that, and I'm a true son of a bitch. So it gets kind of tricky with all that. And oh, I miss my sister, his mother. I miss her so much. But I knew, it was like 20 or so years ago. They said she only had 10 years to live, and she had hepatitis, and she did a lot of drinking, and she was hard on her body, and plus she had heart trouble, so she had open heart surgery. It's a pretty interesting story about. She was born in 54, but I think in 55 she had big cut all around. They actually had her on one of the first artificial hearts. It was a huge thing. It took up a whole lot of room, but she was on that for like 15, 20 minutes. They say she's in medical books because she's one of the first ones. And my dad paid on that until 74, paying the bill. Because that's when he bought his first new car. It was the ugliest car Pontiac ever made. A 74 Le Mans 4-door is an ugly car. And then he got a Ship Brenda Brown, making it uglier. I remember I just got out and he had that thing, and that was his first new car, and it just didn't get it. It just didn't get it. But anyway, my sister was she lived to 17, and that's why I think I have a love for JPay, because they came on the picture in around 11, and it's all about money, but they did something that caused Global Tel, I think is the phone company. They did something that made them, because it was costing me it wasn't costing me, it was costing Duffy close to $30 for a 15-minute phone call. And then they interrupted out every time this call's being recorded. It used to drive my sister crazy hearing that right in the middle of a conversation. They did that every 5 minutes or 4 minutes or 3 minutes. They did it a lot. But it was like, almost $30. It was more than 25, closer to 30 than 25 to make a call. So we was down to 2 calls a month because, they was keeping me in commissary, watches, shoes, and food boxes, and clothes boxes. I show pictures of, I can show one right now. I showed this the other day. But they had me looking good. That's me there. They had me looking good. All-Star Adidas. Not All-Star Converse. These were All-Star Adidas. And they were pretty cool shoes. And, I had to... Now, this was the most expensive watch in the catalog. Let's see, 17. Funny story. I think I've already got it on here. But, so he was spending quite a bit of money on me, buy the tablets and keep stamps on there for me. And, he was even Spatney said if it was him, he would have just washed his hands long ago. But my sister loved me, and he loved her. And but it was more than that, because she died in 17, and that man kept me basically $120 a month, every month, till I got out. And then he even had me a little nest egg of $400 for the gate. And he did buy me, he kept stamps on my books. He did, so it was more than just loving my sister. He was, see, me and him go back. We go back to like Island Acres is where we moved to. Big turkey farm. Well, we made it into a big turkey farm. That's why he went there to make a range for turkeys, because the owner, he had a funny name, but he owned a slaughterhouse in New York, in Livingston Manor. So he would grow turkeys. Back then, turkeys were just mainly for Thanksgiving. And so he would have all these turkeys ready for Thanksgiving. Oh, that was an incredible place. I loved it there. But anyway, Duffy lived within a mile. But Duffy lived back in the woods. He had it was sweet way he lived. He was with his grandmother. And you just call them doodlebugs. And that's when you put a couple things together and you made a buggy. You got it to run. And he was always really mechanical. He could make things run and keep them running. So he had all kinds of junk back there that would run, that he could make something out of it run. And I don't know. So me and him used to, then he had a couple brothers, and his brothers, Pat, one of them was Pat, worked at Island Acres and partied with my mom, because my mom was a great drinker. She used to like to drink, and she liked younger guys, Not saying that Duffy's brother had anything to do with my mother, but she was probably trying to get him to have something to do with her. That's just how she was. But, gotta go. Whew. Just was out doing a little, I bought a little snippers, weed cutters, weed cutters. $6. Really worked good. Really works your arm. I wore out. But I waked up, I got probably fill up a bushel basket of weeds I cut, raked up. And it's a little chilly out there, but it's still nice. The sun's out. I'm going to run over to the store before much longer. I was thinking about this. I left a message for Ashley about this incredible life I'm living right now. But I got some yard tools, and it's Mom's tired. I was really snipping. Plus, I was bending over, and it's hard for me to bend over. So it's good exercise. Again, I can do what I want to do, how long I want to do it, or how short I want to do it. But kind of took over the front of the house, front and the side. I took that tube, the water tube, or pipe, whatever you want to call it, took it to the back, the junkyard back there. The Wildcat was back there, and I called it the she. She ran into the pile of lumber. I talked to her. I couldn't see her, but I was talking to her so she could recognize my voice. Kind of want to make her my pet. And yeah, kind of taking them critters serious. I kind of got a love for them. Just I got What You Need to Know. I like to listen to that show too. Roball and Jennifer Ashton, I love them. They're just so they know everything, you know. They talk. Pretty blondes. But they was talking about a woman having 9 babies, and they all survived, and she survived. And it was a natural thing. It wasn't I forget what country. They didn't say what country, but I guess it's the first time that's ever happened. That's pretty interesting. 9 babies, wow. Without treatment, you know, without the stuff that they do to make multiple babies. 9 babies, that's a lot of babies. And for them to survive, well, with modern, because my baby was a preemie, and they was doing incredible things in '79 with preemies. Because she would have died in probably 10 years before that. Yeah, it was. I remember that. Well, I used to stick my finger in the incubator, and she would put her whole hand around my little finger, my finger. You could feel a heartbeat. Oh, my back used to hurt. So God would do that for quite a while. You know, I'd been in there so she could. She had tubes all over her. That was at the Rainbow Clinic, Rainbow Hospital. Yeah, that was quite a time. I think she's there 2 weeks, I think. Had a big feast. We were living in Solon. And I talk about Edna Jackson quite a bit. She was quite a character. Old black woman. Had a slew of kids. Pools and Jacksons. She might have had another name tied up in there. But she liked me. She used to call me the little white nigger. That's what she called me. I told her about it. I sold her a Cadillac, big long Brougham. That was a big thing. And her boy was with me, Roy. And he wanted to tack on $100. You know, he was trying to shush his mother out of $100. So I told her she give me the 100. Oh, he was mad. Yeah. That was a nice car though. It was a 73. I forget, Fleetwood Brougham. Big Ford. It was like a limousine almost. It was nice. Yeah, I was good at selling them Cadillacs. I sold that Eldorado, then I sold that Brougham. But Wow. Yeah, I called OBG. Yeah, I called her. And she's saying that she's going to call back with GMAC. I hope she does, because tomorrow's GMAC's last day. I think that's wrong. I really do. They should make a spot for her. Figure out a way to do it. All the money Russo's sucking up. He is sucking it up too. He's a thorn in my side. I don't like him. I think he's wrong. He's one of the wrongs in the ODRC. He's one of them. But he found the little nook he could be in, and he's sucking it out. But who knows? This AC might come into power sooner than people realize, or even I realize, because it could happen in a heartbeat, blink of an eye. Like I think stuff. Like even when I'm cutting them weeds, especially cutting weeds, you're weeding out the bad and the good. And, I didn't plant nothing yet. I got them English daisies. I should plant them. It's not windy out. That's why I didn't take them out the other day. It was kind of windy. And I haven't opened the package yet. I know they're going to be really small seeds and would blow away real easy. I should go out and put them in there now, today. But I was thinking of this lady on the news planted a bunch of plants inside somewhere in March, and instead of a lemonade stand, she had a plant sale. She put it online, and she made $500 for 3 little kids. They wanted a lemonade stand, and she did that instead because of the pandemic. It was a pretty good story. I should go back to Spectrum. I generally do, but I like Tamron. I generally like to listen to Tamron. I've kind of just think she's pretty much all that. I think she's beautiful. I love everything about her. She has a good show. But, wow. It is good to be, I was just thinking I had I buy that vegetable juice, best choice, 2-quart bottles. And I really like that stuff. But I was talking yesterday about the things I got to drink, and I got ice cubes. I didn't have ice cubes until I went to Walmart and I got the trays. I can only fit one in my freezer, but now I got ice cubes, and I have ginger ale, RC, water, Sunny D, vegetable juice, milk. That's just in my refrigerator. Then I got I buy the Best Choice tubes, them little Kool-Aid tubes. They come 10 in the pack, just a little over $1, so they're quite a bit cheaper than the other come with 6 or 8 in the pack for $1. And they taste really good. It's 20 ounces. You can make up to 20 ounces with them. I got a 10 in the pack, so you make quite a bit. I generally make them up all at one time and put them in the refrigerator in the back. I had peach tea. That was really good. Now I got fruit punch. It's good. Yeah, I got it pretty good. But like I say, I got a hell of an ending coming. I know I got something pretty incredible bad. Something, my ending. Because Ain't about everlasting life and all that. I'm not looking for that. I am looking to take evil out of the world, and I believe it can be done. I don't know how. I don't know how, but it's back to this year. This year has been. I don't know how I did it. How it wasn't in my plans. Like I always refer back to this desk. This desk wasn't. I was looking for a roll up, an old roll up, roll top desk. I just so grateful that I didn't. They had this thing in Salvation Army that had to be on the floor for 2 weeks. You couldn't buy it with a voucher. And I had 2 vouchers. And I could 1 month for one and wait a month and spend the other one. So I couldn't buy the desk because it wasn't on the floor for 2 weeks. But I'm glad of that because it would have been pretty. I wouldn't have what I got now. Just I don't know. I look at how everything is in my office, and I just shake my head in amazement. So the incredibleness of a year, and I just really believe now that I do just wait for the feeling, for the spirit to do, and I gotta watch it because I got Ashley mad at me because I followed the spirit, but I'm not sure I made a mistake there. I think it had to be done. I think that I had to knock on the door, and because I don't know. I'm talking about wiring people up, see if they're lying. That's pretty heavy duty talk when you think of the reality of that. They got the diversion center now, and billions of dollars got spent on that. And I'm still saying wire them up and see where their heart's at. And we have the technology, because we got to stop this terrible, terrible stuff that's going on, and it could be stopped. We have the technology to stop it. There's a. Oh, I don't like putting my elbows on the desk. Kind of close. But I ought to see something here. Yeah, I got it all the way up. Oh, I love this thing. I do. I don't do much with it except make videos. And it's kind of complicated to make a video. You got to go through quite a bit of changes. And I still haven't did the editing, which I probably could do. And I'll probably be kicking myself in the butt for not doing it earlier. But one of these days I probably will edit it. And who knows when? I don't know. But right now I'm just going with the flow. Going with the flow. It is a flow. And it's like my bike. It's kind of a kind of hard to get it out and in, out of because it's the trail is tight. It's a tight bit, and but I'm getting. It's still makes noise, when you go down the steps because it hits it. The back hits, and I don't know. When I get on my bike, though, I just feel like I'm right. Like, I'm not using gas. I'm not using oil. I'm getting some basic exercise, and I just feel, the amount of money it would cost just to buy a car or insurance, license. It'd be quite a considerable amount of money, and there's just something kind of special about my bike. And now that I know that Joe owned it, that that's cool. Joe and Mary, she's still living, and I don't know. I just it's pretty cool. I'm not sure exactly what year he got it, but it's got some age on it. I think the company came out in '76. Trek. I think it's a badge on there saying something about '76. I like that year, even though I was locked up. But again, in '76, I had spent 75 studying the Bible with the priest, and I had come up with 12 women, being like Jesus had 12 men. I knew I was going to have 12 women as my disciples, and goddesses popped into that, and here she is, the one with the glasses on. Let me get it in there. That's Debbie. She had an ad in a newspaper or magazine or something. I forget what it was. All I had was Debbie, West Covina, California. I forget the box number. But I wrote her a long letter. And not as long as I wrote for the one for my wife, but this was for my friend, looking for a friend. And like I said, I don't remember too much or even how long it was. But I remember telling her my story. And wow, she jumped on me with both feet. She was really, we just, it was like magic. Then Helen, that's the girl with her, they were best friends going to nursing school. We're thinking about going to nursing school. We're trying to go to nursing school. I forget how it was. And Debbie had a boyfriend. He was kind of goofy. And it was, I remember writing. I used to say I almost got elected mayor, and I never even got there. Felt like I was writing that many people, to get elected mayor. But I think I was just real happy the other day about finding her name on Facebook. But I think somebody saw, there's people hacking me and, trying to get a $20 card off me, or a $50 card. But I think somebody hacked that, Debbie Cousins. That's why there's nothing on her profile. There's no, and that ain't nothing like Debbie. Debbie would have a picture, would be talking about her school, and would have more information. But that kind of makes me a little sad. But my life would be interesting if she popped up. It would be interesting. Because she was always smarter than me. And she was in the system as much as uh, for the right thing, was a nurse, is a nurse, probably was a nurse, because she's born 53, so she probably, I should dig out of, I got it here for information. I, I don't know who everybody talk about social security number and everything. I don't know how you go about finding somebody through their social security number. I just know you're not supposed to give your social security number out because they can do a lot of things with it. I don't know how to do them some things or whatever it is, but I would love to know that she's alive. But I have this feeling that she isn't. I just feel she isn't alive. Oh, I was so happy when I seen that Debbie Smith Cousins on my on Facebook when I punched it in there, because there's a lot of Debbie Smiths. But the more I think about it, the more I think it's a scam. Somebody's scamming. But they didn't even answer it, so I don't know. I get kind of lost in it right now. I don't know. Don't know what to do about it. What do we got here? Yeah, I do want to do a few things today. Waiting for a phone call. I shut the heat off. I think it's down to 68 in here now. I got the kitchen door open. The sun was shining in it. Felt good. Yeah, just thinking about I probably worked 15 minutes on it, on my weeds and rake. Look better. Yeah, it looked better. But if I did have flowers out there, if I did pick up some flowers, they would have froze. Because it did get down to freezing. But it's all good. Yeah, I want to see something here quick. Oh, I love the idea I can compare to what I was going through when I started. Being able to pause, being able to not worry about time running out on me. It's a big deal. And it's pretty good. Like I told Ashley, I just love YouTube. I do. I love YouTube. I love I just loved it. I just I just feel it's leading somewhere. And Lori Bohattie. I don't know. Jenny called her Lori. I never did. I always called her Bohattie. And she was like, I shouldn't say was, she is like really, really part of my life. I feel she's part of my life. And I haven't had no contact with her at all since she was walked out, except through OBG, And but she's an 87 kid, a rabbit. But she's my birthday girl. And there's just something about. There was a girl in the newspaper when I was born. So she was my birthday girl. I ran into her. She lived in Callicoon Center. And I can't remember her name though. It started with an S. It was a funny name. But it was at a point in life when I was kind of messed up. And I don't know what happened. We might have drank a couple beers together. But she was a pretty little thing. There's so much in that can happen now. That It's important for me to be stable, have a permanent residence, because now it's almost July will be a year. That's why I got the same phone number, email, and all that. And I had to fight to keep my email because there was somebody hacking my email address, and I just like I said, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to say 5 seconds from now. I don't know. But I just believe that I'm on the right path. That I'm doing the right thing, and I just believe with all my heart that I'm in the spirit, and that's why I actually got really mad at me for what I did, but I I can back it up, and I would do the same thing, because I was doing what I felt was right. I just felt it. Now the police, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But like I said the other day, been everybody I went to school with is some way tied into, let's call it the system. They're tied in with the system now. A cop, lawyers. Like my sister was working for the state. She was in charge of some kind of housing with people in it. I don't know, they disabled or something. I forget the whole story. But she was getting paid by the state. And a lot of people are somehow tied in with the state. And I believe in law and order. And so the police are kind of like special. They are, I don't believe in what that guy did with the knee on the neck. That was wrong. And I've been in them situations being took down a lot of times. A lot of times. That one period in a couple of weeks I was took down where I was all black and blue from being took down. That was in Oakwood. Because they call it extraction team. And that's what they practice, is they know where the pressure points are, but it disables you. And you can't move when they're on that point, and it's painful. And it does get your attention. You do. That name I was trying to think of the other day when I was talking about C.O. Stevens. It's Pickett. That's what she goes by. She married to Lieutenant Pickett. Now, he was part of the people taking me down. I remember one time I got naked and I got pancake syrup. I made a mess, so they come in, they was going to get messed up. They came in. They used to tell me, think of a better place, when you're all tied down or all held down, And this one, I don't know if it was Pickett said that or not. I can't remember which one said it. Because I don't remember Pickett. But I remember somebody saying that. And she had told me that he was part of the people that took me down. But I remember doing that, going to Woodstock. When they told me to go to a better place, I would think of Woodstock. Yeah, it works, So I don't think the extraction team's interesting because they're not all trying to hurt you. There might be a couple in there that enjoy that, enjoy beating up on somebody, but they don't really beat up on you no more. They do the pressure point. They know, a couple of them know what they're doing about pain because they practice that. But anyway, they have videos of it. They make videos. And that's why I said I was going to do that this week, and I haven't did it. Now, I don't know, I could still do it today. Trying to get message to the director. Because she represents what I was doing in 2002 when I was writing about a woman taking over DRC. And I got all them things. I don't know where to begin to find them because they're on the backs of pages. And I keep procrastinating terrible on this table. I got so much shit. I got stacks up. I got a big 3-ring binder that Spatty gave me. And it's big. I just got it laying over there. I did some serious writing in them on backs and serious writing. Because while everybody else was goofing around in prison, I was working. I was working for. That's why I started did it different than anybody else. The AC was my priority since '74. It's been my I don't want to say curse. It's been my everything. It's been everything I do has been about the AC. I got an idea. I want to put this in this buttonhole here. Let's have it here instead of around my neck. It would be easier. OBG wants my cross when I die. She used to say that. But there was a lot of Cairo crosses. Because every graduation they give out quite a few. And now they put them on the chain, but they're all metal. And they all say, Christ is counting on you on the back. Christ is counting on you. And then on the front it's got Kairos. Now that's what my wooden one. But I was the only wooden one in Grafton that had the wooden cross. And I get a lot of comments. Even out here, I've had comments about my wooden cross. And because the other day, a black lady was out there, and she said she liked it. I stopped and said hi. We talked a little while till my phone rang. And all I was, speaking of the phone, I went to the post office yesterday. So the Dollar General, I used to go there a lot. I used to go down there every day because there was a brandy working there, a skinny little woman with a lot of kids, in her 30s probably, pretty little thing. And she looks just like a little 13-year-old. She's really tiny. She's tinier than my sister Vicky. And so she used to come out because she knew when I left, I'd go out and smoke a cigarette before I'd leave. And sure enough, she came out yesterday. And but I was interested in Ashley. And so she stayed out there for a minute, but I was talking to Ashley, and I was sitting on their bike rack. And I feel bad about that. So I ought to go down there today because I want to get a plunger. I'm having trouble with my bathtub. And I bought some Drano yesterday, but it didn't solve the problem. So I'm going to get a plunger and follow the directions a little better. I bought the big bottle of Drano so I can do it again. But it's not going down right. The kitchen worked. But I don't know. Anyway, she's like the store manager. And I feel a little bad about not talking to her yesterday, but because she smoked a cigarette and went in. But because I said something to her, she said, "Well, you ain't been coming around," I told her I hadn't seen her in a while, and it's probably over a mile to get there, versus going to the Family Dollar, which is right by Pigner's, and I haven't been going anywhere because I can do everything but then between them two stores. And now that I've found out that Figner's has got the ATM machine, I don't have to go downtown. But I do like Brandy. She's a little cutie pie, and I forget how many kids she got. I know it's at least four. She might have more than that. All young ones. I think her oldest is around 6. She had them, and I forget what happened to her. He abandoned her, went to prison or something. But yeah, I think I'm going to start going down there again. Might ride down there today. I was going to, cause I can just buzz down, read and stop in the pictures. And I do want to stick with my best choice. But anyway, what time is it going to be? 4 o'clock, so I can check. No, can't. Tamron's coming on. I can't do. She don't have the time on her. Oh, there she is. Oh, she's so pretty. She's just got that complexion. She's just so everything. She is a pretty woman. Got big earrings on. And she got really short hair, which is not my. I like long hair, but she's doing it good. Oh, I don't know what to say. But I think I do want to send this into uploading mode. And take the bike out. I did like them weed cutters. They work good. Just my muscles in my arm. I don't have the. I ran out of gas, and it is hard for me to bend over. But I put my hand on my knee and I bend over, and I'm doing all right. I get better at it. Just can't stand up fast. Oh, Sheryl Crow. I like the Tamron show. Oh, she is pretty. Sheryl Crow. She's an interesting woman. She's an interesting woman. Plus, I like her singing. But anyway, I was talking about so many things today on here. And the bottom line is I am the AC, and I got to put my elbows on the desk a minute and look right in, nice and close to y'all, because I do have a genuine love. I really do. And I think Ashley knows. I think she does. I think, because I told her that I love her more than anybody does. And she's been around me, I gotta say, since 18. You know. And OBG, well, we had a 8-year break, but didn't feel like it when I came back. It was, so she's been around me since '03. And kind of wish that she'd call right now. Because I don't want to be out on the road when the phone rings. But have done that, did that before. Like yesterday when Ashley called me, I was right at the cash register trying to hear what she was saying, how much I owed, and finally I just stuck my card in there. But she said I could call her back, so I called her back. That's why when Brandy came out, I could, as much as I wanted to talk to Brandy, my Ashley girl called, or I could call Ashley girl, because that was a big deal to me. Because she did have me on silent mode, and she was doing what silent mode means, nothing. And I forget how long it's been. It's really, it hurt. Because Ashley's really really special in my life. Because she started out being the 3Bs and then she turned into Jam. And so she's been really. Because the funny thing happened the 7th, July 7th, 7/7/20. And I was in the hole. I call it the hole, but I was in quarantine. And they all came over. And Spadney allowed it because he was there in the beginning, but I had the Jam come over. And they spent, I want to say, 45 minutes, if not an hour. They were there, but Ashley came over first. And so he was in Sergeant Worcester's office. He never seen nothing like that. I know he never did when OBG and GMAC and Ashley came. And see, I didn't have an easy name for Ashley. It was GSAJB. But on my phone, it would pop up, just touching it, it would pop right up. And right now, it still does. And so I called her Ashley now. Before I had to call her Burger. And, oh, wow. But she and I just, I don't know. I know I got a genuine, sincere, unconditional love for her. I really do. I want what's best for her in life. And I really believe that she's going to be, I want to say detrimental, but she's going to be part of everything. She's going to be part of everything. And right now she's doing 2 jobs. And she does got a GMC, and she likes GMC, that kind of takes me back to my youth. Because my dad used to take me to Roaches when I was just a little bitty guy. I'd go out in the back, they'd have old trucks, front ends off, and you could turn the wheel and play with the pedals and make the noises. You just had to be careful. Rattlesnakes would get in there. But I learned to throw a couple rocks around and they'd get out of there. But I would spend hours playing in there. My dad would take me there, and it was a GMC Pontiac garage. So I've been around Pontiac GMCs all my life. So GMC takes me back to a nice spot. I forget what one she got. The Akeda, I think. Yeah. I like that because the medium, when that was on, she had that Acadia. But she had the Terrain. So every time I see a Terrain, I would think of her. They were nice. They're nice. I can't imagine having a new vehicle though. And she has. I've seen pictures of her house. Pictures she sent me of her furniture. She's got nice. She's living nice. She got class. Classy lady. She just. I talk about Bo Hattie rocking the maxi dress, but Burger, she does various things, and she would be looking spectacular, And I used to wait for him every morning, working morning, get the wave. She had a wave, and once in a while I'd get to see her in the morning. She'd come over or come out the side door and talk with me for a while. But generally Fridays, she'd come over on my mental health Friday for a half hour or so. And that would be a big deal when she come over. But I always made a copy of my blogs, or Bo Hattie made a copy, so she'd have a copy. And there was this little stool that you stood on that reached where they put the mailbox stuff. She bring that in OBG's office, and she sat on that in the corner. And one time I didn't know she was in there, and I seen her all the ends. I was so happy to see her. And but she would leave and go to Spatney because she really, her and Spatney are really close. She really likes Spatney. And back to the monkeys, rats, and dragons. She's a dragon and Spatney's a rat. And yeah, I love Ashley. Yeah, I do. I goofed up in her eyes. But I think I think that problem's over with. I think the ripple got made, and that had to get made. I feel it had to be made. And I think everything's going to be okay. But anyway, let me see what I want to do here. Yeah, but we at 2:01:01. 2 hours and 1 minute and 1 second. That's a nice size video. Yeah. I got so much to do. I do have so much to do. But it's a good feeling to be able, when I do decide to do something. I guess I am kind of wanting that cutter. I kind of am. And I don't know. I'm going to go though. Is it talking about to-do list, 100 things? I got 100 things to do. Oh, I love you, Tammy. I do. I love her. I think she's... But I just so grateful to have a little thing like tape and the whole bunch and books. When I say books, I'm talking about the ring binders. And I think I have enough to do what I want to do. And that's a good feeling. I got a marker so I can mark on them. I got a permanent marker, got a highlighter. I got tape. I got all the reinforcements. I got everything so I can do what I got to do, except for the cutter. But a lot of the stuff don't need cutting. It's not the spiral ripped out. And I did get Debbie in the book, even with all the raggedy edges. But I'm not satisfied with it. So my beautiful people, stick around. Stick around. Stick around. Because, got an itch. I don't know if I'm getting bit by a spider or not, because I got a lot of spiders. I even see one in here. And I'm not a real fan of spiders, but I guess they got their uses for something. I've always had them around me. I used to have what was that one, had the red spot on her, Black Widow. I had one of them in my truck in Georgia. Yeah, had the red spot. So, even though I don't like them, I always have them around me. But they will bite you. Get your attention. This one I had in here, I think it's the wood spider. I think it was. I blew it so it's get over there. You fool around and get sucked up in BJ because I run her in here a couple times a day. I love that. I do. I just love the way it cleans. It's so much, and they're almost, was just wanting a little dirt devil, what we used to call a little dirt devil. I'm sure glad I didn't buy that. Because I remember looking for that, and $40 keeps popping into my head that's what they was wanting for, and I didn't want to spend that much. I'm so glad I got the shop vac. I think I do got to make a video of my, because it got lost, my first video that I made. That was funny. Oh, I get a kick out of me, all the changes I've been through. It's all good though. It is. It's all good. You know, I'm going to get this right now. Yeah, I got it on the right spot. I just, it's so small. This CB is so small. Just the perfect size. I just love it. I just love it. Yeah, it's all good. It really is. It's all amazing. Amazingly good. I do think I'm going to ride downtown. I think I am. See, I hope Brandy's down. She's generally down there. She's, like I say, I think she's the manager. And general manager, whatever they call it. And have a smoke break with her. Yeah. Stick around, that's all I can say. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. It's going to come together. I know it's going to come together. I really believe that with all my heart. I believe it's going to come together. The Bible is going to get closed once and for all. They're going to be like when Jesus came and they created another mess worse than the first mess. This New Testament is worse than the Old Testament ever was. And we're going to fix it. We're going to fix it once and for all. And Jesus will have his people. And kind of feel he is my little brother. I kind of really believe that. He's my little brother. And we can have a beautiful world. I believe that with all my heart. That we can feed the babies. All the babies. Well, I love you.